Do not scroll. Because this moment was arranged for you. Heaven timed this encounter on purpose. You were meant to hear this. And you were chosen for this. I know you're tired. And I know your spirit feels bruised. Something inside you has been whispering that there must be more. And you are right. There is more. And it's already moving toward you. Common God is with me if you trust His plan for your life. Listen closely. Because heaven is watching you right now. The angels are speaking your name. And they are drawing nearer with instructions. I am here to deliver what they've been waiting for you to receive. There's a property, yes. A real place. And it is being prepared for you. A territory has shifted. And something that did not belong to you yesterday belongs to you now. The transfer has already begun. And nothing can stop what has been signed in the Spirit. You feel the pull because your soul recognizes what your eyes have not seen yet. The address will shock you, and the moment you see it, something inside you will break open, not with fear, but with recognition. You will say, "This was meant for me," and heaven will whisper back, "Yes, finally, you believe. You have been wandering for so long, and yet you felt guided by something you couldn't explain. You thought you were lost, but you were being led. You thought you were forgotten, but your name has been thundered in heaven. There were moments you almost surrendered everything, and yet something kept your heart breathing hope. That something was me, and I never left you. You didn't break. You were being rebuilt. You didn't fail. You were being positioned. Every delay was a redirection. And every rejection was protection you couldn't see from where you stood. The path felt unfair. But now you will understand why it had to twist the way it did. A blessing this large could not be placed in your hands until your heart was ready to carry it. You have grown, even in silence. You have risen, even while trembling. And now, you are reaching the moment your spirit has been prepared for. Comment I receive IT if you're ready for your miracle. There's a door opening, and this time you will not stand outside wondering if you deserve to walk through it. You will walk in boldly, because heaven has given you permission. The property that has shifted into your name is not just land, walls, or structure. It is territory linked to your purpose. The angels have already stepped onto it, and their footsteps have marked it as yours. You will not have to fight for it the way you fought for everything else. This one will come with ease, peace, and clarity. When you see the photo, something in your chest will exhale. Something old will drop off. Something new will rise. You will know, without question, that this was signed for you long before you ever prayed for it. You are being prepared for something big. And this property is the beginning of that revelation. Heaven is aligning the final details now, and nothing can interrupt what has already been declared. You have been feeling a strange shift inside you lately, and that is not your imagination. Your spirit has been sensing movement long before your mind could understand it. That restlessness you feel, it's the sound of destiny unlocking. That sudden surge of hope you can't explain, it's because something good is already on the way. You are closer than you think, and heaven is closer than it has ever been. The angels have been instructed not to leave your side, not in this season, not during this transfer. They are guarding the path, guiding the timing, and clearing obstacles before you even reach them. You have cried enough tears to fill rivers, and each one has been counted. Not one tear was wasted. Not one moment was ignored. I have watched you try to stay strong when nobody knew the battles shredding you from within. I saw when you kept loving with a broken heart. I saw when you kept giving even from empty hands. Those moments became keys. They unlocked doors you didn't know existed. And now one of those doors has opened, and behind it waits the property with your name on it. This is not symbolic. This is not metaphor. This is real. This is tangible. This is already shifting into your physical life. Comment I receive IT if you're ready for your miracle. Heaven is not teasing you. Heaven is positioning you. There's a reason you have felt the urge to get ready without knowing why. There's a reason you've felt like something big is coming, but you couldn't explain it to anyone. Your spirit has been hearing the announcement before your ears could, and now I am saying it plainly. Your territory is expanding. The old season cannot hold you anymore. The old environment cannot grow you anymore. You are being lifted, relocated, and placed into alignment with who you are becoming. This property is part of your transformation. It is part of your healing. It is part of your restoration. When you see the address, you will understand why everything had to happen the way it did. You will gasp. You will freeze. You will whisper, "It can't be." And heaven will whisper back, "Yes, it is." Your life is about to shift so quickly that even your doubts won't have time to speak. You are stepping into a breakthrough that generations before you prayed for. And now it's your turn. You have felt locked out for so long. And you learned to pretend you were fine on the outside. But inside, you were tired of starting over. You were tired of waiting for your own turn. You were tired of clinging to tiny pieces of hope while everyone around you seemed to move ahead. But hear me now. Your delay was not denial. You were not behind. You were being preserved. There were places you begged to enter. But those doors would have crushed you. There were people you wanted to trust. But their hands were not built to carry your destiny. There were opportunities you chased. But they were too small for what I intended for you. I withheld certain things only so I could give you something better. Not scraps. Not leftovers. Not temporary blessings that fade in a few months. I am giving you something established. Something rooted. Something protected. A place where you can grow without fear. A place where your heart can rest. A place where your spirit can breathe again. This property, this hidden inheritance, has been waiting for you longer than you've been waiting for it. The ground itself has been calling your name. The walls have been echoing your purpose. The atmosphere has been prepared for your healing. Yes, healing. Because where you've been living emotionally is not where you are meant to stay. You've been surviving, not living. You've been enduring, not receiving. You've been carrying pain that was never meant to be permanent. But the moment you step onto the land that has shifted into your name, you will feel a release you have never felt before. Something heavy will fall off you. Something dark will loosen its grip. And for the first time in a long time, you will breathe without fear. You will feel safe. You will feel chosen. You will feel seen. Heaven has assigned angels to guard this place before you even arrive. They have already walked its borders. They have already declared it clean. They have already blessed it with peace. When you see the photo, something deep inside you will whisper, "This is mine." Not because of pride, but because your spirit recognizes what belongs to it. And when you see the address, you will understand the miracle. It will make sense in a way nothing else has. It will tie together years of confusion. It will confirm prayers you forgot you prayed. You are not stepping into random luck. You are stepping into divine timing. Everything is unfolding exactly on schedule. You are being carried. You are being guided. You are being prepared. Heaven is not late. Heaven is precise. And you are finally entering the chapter you were born to walk in. You have felt the shift. Even if you haven't been able to explain it, something inside you has been waking up. Something inside you has been stretching. You've been sensing change in the air, like a quiet wind moving through a locked room. That wasn't imagination. That was alignment. Your spirit has been responding to what is coming, even before your mind could understand it, because heaven reveals things to the heart first. Your heart felt it. Your soul felt it. Your dreams felt it. And now the physical world is catching up. There is a moment approaching where everything will shift at once. The weight you've been carrying will fall off. The confusion you've been battling will dissolve. The fear that kept looping in your mind will break. Because this blessing, this property, this divine territory is not something you earned through struggle. It is something I kept for you out of love. A gift held in silence. A miracle wrapped in secrecy. A promise preserved through storms you survived. You thought you were just enduring hardship, but you were actually walking toward this moment. Every step you took in pain was leading you to a place built for your peace. Every night you cried and whispered why was counted as a seed planted in heaven. And now those seeds are rising. Now those prayers are returning. Now the harvest is approaching your hands. This property is more than land. It is a sign that the season of almost has ended, a sign that the years of waiting were not wasted, a sign that you were never abandoned. Not even once. Heaven has chosen this moment to reveal the blessing because your heart is finally strong enough to receive it. You are not who you used to be. You've healed in places you forgot were wounded. You've grown in ways you never saw happening. You've survived storms that were supposed to break you. Now you are ready for what is yours. And what's coming is undeniable. When the photo appears, you will feel your spirit leap. When the address is revealed, you will understand the miracle. When everything aligns, you will know. Heaven kept this safe for me. And heaven did. Heaven protected it. Heaven preserved it. Heaven hid it until the timing was perfect. And now, the timing is perfect. You are stepping into breakthrough energy. You are stepping into divine inheritance. You are stepping into territory that carries your name. Soon, your eyes will see what your heart already knows. You have been walking through a long night, but dawn has finally reached you. You didn't feel it at first. It came softly, quietly, like light slipping under a closed door. But it's here now, and it's growing brighter by the minute. This is why your spirit has been stirring. This is why your thoughts have felt restless. This is why the old things suddenly feel too small. Your soul is preparing for expansion, and expansion always feels like discomfort before it feels like blessing. You are outgrowing what once held you. You are stepping out of what once limited you. You are rising above what once defined you. This is why certain relationships faded. This is why old patterns broke. This is why doors closed without warning. They were not ending. They were clearing space, clearing energy, clearing your path, because the blessing coming toward you would not fit where you used to live emotionally. You needed room in your mind, room in your heart, room in your spirit, and now that room has been created. Heaven removed what was draining you. Heaven silenced what was confusing you. Heaven cut ties that were pulling you backward, not to punish you, but to protect the inheritance heading your way. Yes, inheritance. That is what this property represents. Not luck, not coincidence. Inheritance. Something that belongs to you not because you fought hardest, not because you begged longest, but because heaven said, "This soul is ready now." The angels have been standing guard over this land long before you knew it was connected to you. They have watched over it day and night. They have kept it untouched. They have kept it safe. Because only you were meant to step here. Only you were meant to call this home. Only you were meant to rise from this ground. And now the atmosphere around your life is shifting. You feel it. You know something is approaching. You can't explain it, but you feel the pull. That is destiny tugging at your spirit. That is breakthrough brushing against your reality. That is heaven whispering, "Get ready. It's almost time." And when the moment comes, it will come fast, sudden, precise, undeniable. One message, one photo, one address, and everything will change. Not slowly, not gradually, instantly. Because when heaven moves, heaven does not move in pieces. Heaven moves in fullness. And fullness is what's coming for you. The life you thought you lost is being restored. The dreams you buried in silence are being resurrected. The strength you thought was gone is returning. And this property, this sacred territory, will be the place where your new chapter begins. Not the chapter of surviving, not the chapter of hurting, not the chapter of holding on by a thread, the chapter of rising, the chapter of receiving, the chapter of finally breathing again. Prepare yourself, because heaven is unfolding the final steps, and nothing, not fear, not doubt, not delay, can stop what has already been decided. You have been standing between two worlds for a while now, the world of who you used to be, and the world of who you are becoming. You've been holding pieces of the past in one hand, and fragments of hope in the other, and you've wondered why everything has felt so heavy, so stretched, so unfamiliar. It is because you are crossing over, crossing out of the old identity, crossing out of the old burdens, crossing out of the old patterns. Everything that could not grow with you has been falling away. Everything that could not follow you has been breaking off. This is why some people drifted. This is why your environment felt tight. This is why your spirit kept whispering, there has to be more than this. And heaven answered that whisper with a yes. Not a small yes. Not a delayed yes. A divine yes. A yes that comes with territory. A yes that comes with blessing. A yes that comes with something physical, something real, something you will soon touch with your own hands. This property is more than a gift. It is confirmation. Confirmation that you are not forgotten. Confirmation that you are not invisible. Confirmation that your prayers reached heaven even when your voice was shaking. There were times you asked, does anyone see me? Does anyone hear me? Does anyone care? And heaven whispered, I do. I saw every moment you held yourself together when you felt like collapsing. I saw every battle you fought quietly because you didn't want to burden anyone. I saw you try to stay hopeful while your world was falling apart piece by piece. I saw you still trying to love, even when your own heart was cracked. None of that went unnoticed. Your strength did not disappear into the air. Your faith did not fade into silence. Your tears did not fall without echo. Every tear you cried watered the ground of this blessing. Every moment you stayed faithful became the foundation of the property that is now yours. And the moment you see it, truly see it, your spirit will react before your mind can. You will feel warmth rise in your chest. You will feel a soft pressure behind your eyes. You will feel peace wrap itself around you like a blanket woven from heaven's light. And you will know, this was mine the whole time. You were not waiting for the property. The property was waiting for you. Waiting for your strength. Waiting for your healing. Waiting for your readiness. Now the readiness has arrived. The angels are moving. The path is opening. The timing is aligning. Your story is shifting. Your environment is upgrading. Your destiny is unfolding. And soon, very soon, you will see what heaven has already prepared. The address is not random. The location is not accidental. The design is not coincidence. Everything about it is intentional. Everything about it is divine. You will understand the meaning when the moment arrives. And it is closer than you think. You have been sensing a pull. Like something is calling your name from the future. You've tried to ignore it at times. Because hope felt dangerous. You didn't want to be disappointed again. You didn't want to get your hopes up for nothing. You've learned to brace yourself for the worst, even when you prayed for the best. But hear me now, you no longer need to brace. You no longer need to shrink. You no longer need to fear the good that is coming. Because this time, you will not be let down. This time, nothing will be taken from you. This time, what arrives will stay. You've had seasons where blessings slipped through your fingers like water you couldn't hold. But that was before you were strengthened. That was before you were prepared. That was before you carried the wisdom you hold now. Now the blessing will rest in your hands, because your spirit is strong enough to sustain it. You have earned your stability. You have grown into your strength. You have stepped into your maturity. And heaven is rewarding that growth with something solid, something grounded, something permanent. This property is not like the blessings you lost. This one is anchored, protected, guarded. You will not lose it. You will not watch it slip away. You will not repeat the pain of your past, because this blessing carries a divine seal. Your name is on it in the Spirit. Your future rises from it. Your healing begins within it. This place will feel different the moment you step inside. It will feel safe in a way you haven't felt in years. The air will feel clearer. The silence will feel softer. The atmosphere will feel like it recognizes you. Because it does. This land has been waiting for your presence. This space has been waiting for your energy. This territory has been waiting for your purpose. You think you are receiving a home. But heaven is giving you a sanctuary, a place where the wounds you hid will finally exhale, a place where the fears you buried will lose their power, a place where your heart will remember what peace feels like. And when the photo appears, that one destined image, your spirit will light up as if a key has been turned inside you. You will whisper, "This feels familiar," because your soul has already been there. You have walked its halls in dreams you don't remember. You have stood on its ground in visions you couldn't explain. You have felt its energy in quiet moments when something inside you said, "You're going home soon." And now, soon has become now. The timing is divine. The alignment is perfect. The shift is active. You are standing on the edge of a miracle. And all of heaven is watching with anticipation. The angels are already celebrating your arrival. Heaven is already preparing the moment. Your life is already rearranging itself around your blessing. Everything inside you is being lifted. Everything around you is being positioned. Everything ahead of you is being constructed with purpose. And soon, so soon, you will see the address that changes everything. You have been carrying questions that no one around you could answer. Questions that kept you awake at night. Questions that made your chest feel heavy. Questions like, why is my life taking so long to make sense? Why do blessings feel so close but never land? Why do I feel called to something I can't see yet? Heaven heard every one of those questions, and though I did not answer immediately, I held your hand through every moment of confusion, because the answers you sought were tied to timing. And the timing is now shifting in your favor. You are entering the season where the answers begin to reveal themselves through real events, real changes, real miracles. You are stepping into clarity. You are stepping into alignment. You are stepping into divine unfolding. This property is not just an answer, it is a revelation of why you waited so long. A revelation of why certain things never worked out. A revelation of why your heart always whispered that something more was coming. Because there was something more. And it was worth every second of the wait. You have walked through seasons where nothing felt stable. Your heart felt unsettled. Your spirit felt restless. Your mind felt pulled in 100 directions. You tried to anchor yourself on people, but they shifted. You tried to anchor yourself on plans, but they collapsed. You tried to anchor yourself on your own strength, but even that wore thin. And heaven whispered, "Rest. I am building something for you. Something you could not lose. Something you could not break. Something no one could take away. This property, this divinely appointed ground, is the anchor your soul has been searching for. A place that will steady you. A place that will ground you. A place that will remind your heart. You are safe now, and you need that safety. You deserve that safety. You have earned that safety. The angels have walked the land and covered it in protection. They have sealed the space with a peace so strong that even your old fears won't survive there. When you enter this place, the atmosphere will feel different. You will feel something lift off you, something you carried for too long, a heaviness you thought was part of you, a sadness you thought would never fade, a fear you learned to live around. It will fall away without effort, without struggle, without pain, because this place was designed for your healing. The walls will feel warm, the light will feel gentle, the silence will feel holy, and you will feel me closer than you have in years. This is why heaven has been so careful with your journey. You were not ready to receive this until now. But now, your heart has expanded, your spirit has matured, your trust has deepened. You are ready for what is yours. And soon, so soon your breath will catch, the photo will appear, the address will be revealed, the confirmation will strike through you like light from another realm, and you will know, this is the moment heaven promised me. You have been closer to collapse than anyone knows. You stood tall on the outside, but inside, you were one silent breath away from giving up. You carried burdens no one saw. You fought battles no one understood. You survived storms that would have swallowed weaker souls whole. There were days you woke up and didn't recognize your own strength. There were nights you whispered, I can't do this anymore. And yet somehow, you still did. That was not luck. That was divine protection. That was heaven holding you up when your knees couldn't. And now that strength, that resilience, is becoming your reward. The pain you survived is being translated into blessing. The tears you cried are being turned into inheritance. The seasons you endured are becoming the foundation of the life you're about to step into. You didn't survive for nothing. You survived because there's territory with your name on it, and that territory has finally been released. You felt a shift in your spirit long before the news reached your reality. That sudden feeling of hope out of nowhere, that was the angels moving. That strange burst of energy after weeks of heaviness, that was heaven clearing the path. That sense of something is coming, that kept tugging at your chest, that was destiny approaching. You were not imagining it. You were not overthinking it. You were not being dramatic. Your spirit was picking up signals from the realm your blessing is coming from. Because blessings announce themselves before they arrive, and yours has been calling to you. Loudly, consistently, patiently. You have been hearing the echo of your future and mistaking it for emotion. But it was alignment. It was preparation. It was the sound of heaven opening a door no human can shut. This property, this sacred space, is part of your divine unfolding. A place where you will breathe easier. A place where your heart will soften. A place where you will remember what peace feels like in your bones. It is not just a house. It is a healing. It is not just an address. It is an awakening. It is not just a space. It is a sign that the worst is finally behind you. When you see the photo, you will feel something inside you crack open in a way that feels holy. You will feel warmth spread across your chest, like sunrise after a lifetime of midnight. You will whisper, this feels like it was waiting for me. Because it was. This blessing waited until you were ready. It waited until your heart was steady. It waited until you could hold it without fear. And now the waiting is over. Heaven is positioning you. The angels are guiding you. Your steps are aligning with divine timing. You are being led straight into a breakthrough you thought would never come. The moment is near. The confirmation is close. The revelation is unfolding. And soon, so soon, you will see the address that has been hidden from you until the perfect moment. When you see it, your whole spirit will recognize the truth. This is where my new life begins. You have walked through seasons where everything felt stripped away. You lost pieces of yourself along the journey. Pieces you thought you'd never get back. You lost trust. You lost hope. You lost parts of your innocence. You learned to shield your heart because life taught you its hardest lessons before it ever showed you its blessings. But hear me now. You are entering the season where everything you lost returns in a better form. The love you lost returns as peace. The opportunities you lost return as stability. The home you lost, or never truly had, returns as the sacred place heaven has chosen for you. This property is not random. It is not chance. It is not coincidence. It is restoration. Divine restoration. Gentle, powerful, intentional restoration. There is a reason your heart has been softening lately. Even on days when you try to stay guarded, there is a reason your spirit has been waking up. Even when your body felt exhausted, there is a reason your mind has been sensing change. Even though you can't explain why, your soul knows what's coming. Your spirit feels what's approaching, because you are stepping into a promise. Not a new promise, but a forgotten one. A promise spoken over your life long before your worries ever existed. And now that promise is activating. Now that promise is materializing. Now that promise is moving from the unseen into the seen. You will recognize at the moment the photo appears. Your breath will pause. Your heartbeat will shift. Your eyes may fill with tears you didn't expect. Not sad tears, releasing tears. Your soul will whisper, "This is it." The address will mean something. Not logically, not mentally, spiritually. It will hold a message. It will hold a pattern. It will hold a sign intended only for you. Heaven communicates like that, through subtle signs that strike the soul like thunder. And when you see the address, your spirit will understand what your mind has been trying to decipher. You will say, "I see it now." Every delay, every setback, every closed door, every lonely night, every silent prayer, they all make sense in the light of this blessing. You were not being punished. You were being prepared. Prepared for something bigger than effort, bigger than chance, bigger than anything you dared to dream. This property is tied to your purpose. This property is tied to your healing. This property is tied to your destiny. And heaven is saying, you are ready now, ready to receive, ready to rest, ready to rise. You will not miss this. You will not be late. You will not be overlooked. You are being guided with precision, with mercy, with love that does not fail. The angels are going ahead of you to prepare the moment where everything aligns. The sign is coming. The photo is coming. The address is coming. And when it arrives, your entire soul will whisper, "My breakthrough just found me." You have been walking through life, carrying a weight no one else could see. You laughed when you were hurting. You helped others while you were breaking. You kept moving even when your heart felt frozen in place. And through it all, you told yourself, maybe one day things will get better. Heaven has heard that whisper more times than you realize. And now heaven is responding, not with a small blessing, not with a temporary fix, not with something that fades after season, but with something solid, something lasting, something that will change the direction of your life. This property, this sacred territory, is the beginning of a new chapter you were always meant to step into. A chapter where you are supported, a chapter where you are protected, a chapter where you are finally at peace. You will not have to fight for this blessing. You will not have to chase it. You will not have to struggle to keep it. It is coming to you. It is aligning with you. It is meant for you. There is a reason the old season became unbearable. You were not meant to stay there. You were not meant to shrink. You were not meant to force yourself into places that no longer matched your spirit. You were being pushed forward, pulled upward, led gently out of what you had outgrown. Growth is uncomfortable. Transformation is unsettling. Change can feel like loss even when it's leading you toward blessing. But all of it, every shift, every ache, every release, was preparing you to receive what is coming next. You are not stepping into randomness. You are stepping into destiny. This property has your name woven into its foundation. Its atmosphere is shaped for your healing. Its walls are prepared for your peace. The angels have already walked its borders and whispered your name into the air. They have already covered every corner with protection you will feel the moment you enter. You are not being placed just anywhere. You are being placed where your spirit can breathe, where your heart can rest, where your future can finally unfold without interference. There will be a moment soon where everything that once confused you suddenly becomes clear. When the photo appears, your soul will recognize it instantly, not with logic, not with thought, with something deeper, a pull, a warmth, a knowing. You will feel it ripple through your chest as if heaven touched you from the inside. And the address. Oh, the address. It will speak to you. It will align with something sacred. It will confirm something you felt but could never explain. You will understand why you had to wait. You will understand why nothing else worked out. You will understand why your heart always whispered, "Something is coming." Because it was. And now it is. And soon it will appear before you. You will not miss this blessing. You will not be denied. You will not be delayed. Your steps are guided. Your timing is protected. Your path is unfolding exactly as heaven planned. And the moment you see the place chosen for you, you will feel something inside you say, "This is where my life starts again."